Yes!
Redemption! Vindication! Hello and welcome back to the Know-It-Alls podcast. I'm Ayanda Charlie.
And I am Fezim Tonti, and we are your favorite pop culture nerds.
If you are our 130th subscriber, you're a special person.
You are.
Because we don't have you yet. But when you finally get here, you're going to change so much.
Who else?
You know? You're going to take a number from its 20s into its 30s. So shout out. But until then, we have a really fun episode planned for you.
Yes, we
today.
do. Yes, we do.
So we thought, we miss lollygagging, you know? We miss yapping away.
Yeah.
Ultimate Girls Trip is going to be there for a few more weeks. There's
really
no
will.
rush there. We've had some fun. Let's give both me and Fizzy a break from those women for different reasons. So today is just games. We're just playing. It's all your favorite pop culture, South African pop culture games. We are going to be quizzing one another. And it's just going to be chaos for the rest of the episode.
Orchestrated chaos.
Orchestrated chaos.
Yeah.
Do you want to start us off? Since it was me last week, yeah.
It
so
was
you. Start us off.
It was you. Okay. I'm taking us back to 2006.
Okay, I remember that time.
2006, industry experts decided they needed to take seriously and herald film and television in this country.
Okay.
And so the establishment of the SAFTAs.
Yes.
Okay, and so we have our first SAFTA in 2006. Apparently with a lot of drama. I was reading up on it earlier today. Apparently the initial nominees were a little bit dodgy because it was very...
It had no traction.
It had no traction, and the categories, it was really bizarre the way that they'd grouped them and the folks that had been nominated. And so, for instance, there were people like Zach Mears, is that his name?
Zach, dark hair,
actor,
backstage
actor,
or tall guy?
No, tall guy. He used to be on Soul City. He then was on Isidingo for a little bit. Yes, and then he went to Seven Delan. Anyway,
thick dark hair.
Yes, at this point he's not even on Isidingo, but he gets nominated for a role that he would have done then, and so the industry's up in arms with him, and even Rosie Modene.
Yes,
she's the character. The actress that played that role hadn't been Rosie Modena for a while at this point. So SAFTAs are coming in
so
hard.
It was more we're going to start by giving out awards that should have been given out in the past 10 years.
Yeah.
We're catching up.
Yes. And then there was pushback, obviously, because people were recognize what is currently happening in the industry. Anyway.
Okay.
So this is the context in which we're in.
Okay.
So we care about... And that's where...
Please subscribe. Our studio's falling apart. We don't have the resources.
Please help us. Okay. So this is the context for the questions that I will be asking you today.
Okay. So the whole... Okay.
So I'm SAFTA girl down. Because I feel like film and television needs to be given a little bit more... paid a bit more mind. Right? Okay. I am interested in who you thought... Wait. Yes. Correct. In 2007, who was the best actor in a TV drama?
Who won that year?
Yeah. Who you think won? I'll give you the nominations.
Sure.
And you'll let me know if you agree. Siyabonga Shibe from Gazlam.
Dreads Swiso.
Yeah.
Okay.
James Ngobo from Hard Copy.
I don't remember that.
I also don't remember James Ngobo. I mean, I know James Ngobo. He now, he was the director at Market Theatre, I think it was, and now is at the...
Oh, okay. Oh, from Stockfell. Okay,
yes,
cool. Got it.
Now, but he's now, what's the Joburg Theatre? The Joburg Theatre. I think he's now the artistic director for that. Okay. So he's, really changed things around. And Patrick Shy from Zero Tolerance.
Which I've never seen.
Exactly.
This is fun.
When I saw this category, I was like, is this what was critically acclaimed in 2006?
I just don't remember seeing both those shows.
Okay.
I didn't know they existed. I didn't know. I'm sure hard copy. I'm sure an SABC2 ad for it or whatever. But
do you want me
mind.
to ask you actress in a TV drama?
No, I don't have a problem with the question.
Okay.
This is me beginning to answer your
Got
question.
Got you. Got you. Because I think the women are more in our kind of like range.
Like recognizable.
Yeah.
Okay, so based on what I know, right, in terms of what I've seen, the performance that man who portrayed Sfiso in Gazlam gave us traumatized me.
Yeah.
It was incredibly scary.
Yeah.
And believable to me at that age.
Yeah.
So I feel like that alone should get him that award. This is best actor in a drama, right?
Best actor in a TV drama.
But then with the background you just gave me, they probably would have wanted to give it to someone, you know, a bit more established. Because I guess, Sfiso would have been. I'm saying Sfiso as the character.
Yeah.
Like, just because, yeah.
But
he
I'm
would have
pretty
been
sure
younger.
Siyabonga Shibe is the name of the guy.
Cool.
Yeah.
But he would have been the younger one, the
Yes.
youngest one. So I'm gonna say should have been Siyabonga. But I'm gonna say Mr. Ngobo took it.
Look at you with context clues. Hey,
Thanks.
smart.
Thanks. Very helpful, that background.
That background,
Yeah.
He even brought a couple of years ago. I think the U.S. consulate was in partnership with the Market Theatre, and they brought a production called For Women, in which the departed Lucy Leray, I'm saying her name correctly. Played Nina Simone in a
Okay,
production called For
okay.
Women.
And you would love that.
Of course, I love that. I mean, it was a little bit. They had to have like 50 African American accents based in Alabama.
Okay.
I think was the kind of setting of the play, but just kind of the different ways in which colorism affected 4 different black women, their struggles, their various lives.
What's this about the 50 accents?
Hey?
You said you had about 50
No,
accents.
it was in the 1950s. It was based in the 1950s, and it's in
okay.
Alabama, but it was South
okay.
African actresses portraying it. So it was a little bit like,
all over the place. Yeah.
but I mean, still some of our best. Still
'Cause
some
I
of our
mean,
best.
Invictus.
Welcome,
doke.
Smarty.
My first question to you
Yes.
is, if you could endorse one of these homegrown South African retail clothing brands,
Yeah.
which would it be?
Yeah.
Would it be A, Lokshan Culture,
Mm-hmm.
or B, Stoned Cherry,
Yes.
or C, Baby Star by Bonang Mateba?
I loved. Okay, I owned Lokshan Culture.
Of course.
I did. I was in grade 7, feeling my oats. Okay, with my washed, dirty jean, sort of yellow, sort of brown, with leather. Okay,
What is this
This
now?
was a jean pant. Okay, that was also a cargo pant.
Whoa. Whoa. And I thought the Durban housewives Namibia pants were overstimulating. But no.
And no one could tell me anything, okay? I was so fire in those jeans. In those jeans.
Is there any more room for me?
Okay.
It sounds like there was no more room
There was
for
no
any other material.
for nothing. But I remember, like, at the end of grade 7, like, people being like, yo, Fizzy, those are so cool. And I was like, I know.
And these were Lokshan Culture.
These are Lokshan Culture.
Okay.
But Stoned Cherry is really what I aspired to. I thought that as a young professional,
Yes.
I would have been just
Stone Cherry Queen.
Stone Cherry to the nines. So
Okay.
That's me.
Congratulations. See? Do you see how
Appreciate
there are
you.
no wrong or right answers in my neck of the woods?
No, I mean, this isn't.
I know. I started this anyway. So don't. I did this.
You
to
did this.
Okay, I'm ready. Hit me.
Okay. Okay. Now we're going to go to Best Supporting Actress in a TV drama. We are still in 2006.
Okay.
Okay.
An actress who supports.
Okay. Bubu Mazibugo from Gazlam. Vatiswa Ndara from Ndaha. Is it Ndaha?
Yeah.
Okay. From Home Affairs.
Yes.
Liz Mering from Josie Streets.
What are these shows, girl?
Exactly. This is why I'm also
Josie Street,
what
as in
is-
Jan Smart's Avenue, is. Are you talking about Nickelway?
Empire. I am really fascinated by what was critically acclaimed versus what
was popular.
What was popular.
Yeah.
This is what was really fascinating about this entire this research project from me.
yeah. It is fascinating to see, just kind of, especially with TV. I think with music, it's so much easier to
get a sense of what the girls are interested in. Yeah.
But I think with TV, it's so complicated. It's a group project. I don't know how the girls judge, and I don't even really. I think our generation probably cares the least about awards at this point.
Do you think so? I think we don't invest in award shows, but I still think there's something about. I mean, you're an award winner yourself. Like that has.
Well, no, but I think what we think awards mean now compared to what they used to mean. Like in the 90s and 2000s, there was real prestige. Like there was.
Sure.
I think now the veil's kind of been lifted,
Yes.
and as
Okay.
much as we understand it's big, we don't let them tell us anymore.
Yeah.
You know.
But I also think there's been a shift in that, like, the critic doesn't hold as much power as they used to. Like, we don't have cultural critics in the way that we used to. I remember, was it Barry Range, who was on Sunday Times, who would, like...
Baron, just the Asian man.
Was it?
There was an Asian man who was...
But was a cultural critic of sorts and kind of gave his opinions about...
Oh, no, it's not.
I might
this
also
is
be-
a different man that I'm looking at.
This one is a white man that I'm thinking of. Or at least that's what the image suggested.
Please, you're going to die. I just Googled Barry Ranch.
Yeah.
Right? I don't know if this is him. He's a South African journalist and columnist. Okay, then this is not funny anymore. Sorry, never mind. So it's him. You're right.
Yeah, and then, you know, he had a little, like, snippet on the...
I don't remember this person in my life.
Okay, well, Sunday Times was, that was a big function of, like, who... I thought I was going to appear on the back... What is it? The entertainment section?
Yes.
I thought I was either going to appear, or be one of the socialites. Like,
Yes.
As a young girl in Ladysmith.
Oh my God, and do you remember?
This was the assumption that I'd made
Yes.
about my life, right? And so I took every kind of, like, cultural critic incredibly seriously.
Seriously.
I took food reviews very seriously because, girl, what am I
When
going
you
to
grow up,
eat?
you're going to have to...
Exactly. And I, of course...
When I'm a magazine editor.
When
one
I'm
day,
the editor,
And
yes.
I have a sprawling apartment,
And remember
darling.
when, like, you could write for a living and, like, be
I don't
fine.
remember because by the time we were adults, it wasn't happening.
Okay, well, the idea
But yes,
of that.
yes.
I was
Yeah.
completely
I'm being funny.
in love with the idea that would be one day in my life.
Yeah.
Anyway, I might be wrong. Barry Ranger might be someone else.
But you just reminded me of something. So for me, it wasn't I didn't grow up with a newspaper culture at home or anything like that. And magazines were like, you know, every now and again. But the Selima Tunzi weekend, like, roundups and things like that. And then, the Real Kopoza. And those are the shows that, like, I looked to. Those are the critics that I paid attention to. Actually, come to think of it. And it was mostly like fashion police stuff. But in my youth, I never had someone whose opinion on entertainment I held dearly.
Okay.
But I remember there was some fashion police that I took very seriously, for whom my home was their jurisdiction. Okay.
And you were like, this or
Nothing. Yeah.
Okay, I hear you.
Like, would Kuli Roberts approve? You know? I just want to know. And if she doesn't, Mom, then I don't care what you think.
I don't care, Mom.
Okay?
I feel like I saw Kuli in a kind of similar gene cargo pant in the 2000s. And so I just want to make it clear that I was indeed a fashion girl.
Okay.
It doesn't sound the best, right? Like, I don't know that I have the language to describe the mastery that were those jean cargo pant, brown, saddled, leathered, brown.
That is the language.
Yellow wash.
It's messy language because that was a messy look. Yellow wash, brown, cargo, denim.
But denim. But still denim.
I can't.
Acid wash. I think that's what the girls call it. Yeah. Fashion girls tell us.
Is it me or you? It's
you,
me.
it's
Okay,
you.
thank you. Yo. Okay. If you had to cast.
Wait, you haven't answered my question.
What's my answer?
Girl.
Yes. Oh, I wanted to please remind me who the first nominee was.
Okay.
The lady.
Oh no. Oh no. Okay. Bubu Mazibu from Gazlam.
Because, honey, I remember. Oh, I think. Oh, yes, this lady.
Okay.
I remember.
Is this
her.
all coming back? Right? And then
Okay.
Uvatiswa
Uvatiswa
Daha from Home Affairs.
Yeah.
And
She won. Mama Gabuli, 8 down. I don't even care. Did she? No, she comes from a crop of actors who just. I think as much as we had great material,
yeah.
and television, film is a group project.
Yeah.
But I think there was something about the kinds of actors we had at the time that was critical for the legacy of television we now have.
Yeah.
Right? Like those shows wouldn't
Yeah.
have been the same without your Vatiswa Ndachas,
Yeah.
and the other people who's you know the people I'm talking about. We just needed those kinds of actors, man, like to just get us over the line. I think they were so strong. I'm sure there are many really talented actors. I watch theater. I see some local shows as
Yeah.
well. But the industry has shifted. We don't get to access them and see them as much. Like they're not as platformed as well. I think there's also a challenge when it comes to material. Like I think a lot of the material that maybe a lot of actors are getting is limiting. We were just talking about how the telenovela format just kind of keeps reproducing the same kind of TV.
Yeah.
And so it's devastating to me when I think about Uvatiswa Ndachas because she shouldn't have to worry, but she should never have to audition.
Ever.
She should never even have to work.
Ever.
Like, because that's just how critical she was.
Yeah.
Instead, we have her telling stories of how she was underpaid, blackballed, threatened, bullied, because she refused to, play the game. So, yeah.
I mean, also, I think something that's worth talking about is that theatre in this country has been such a cornerstone for our stories on and off screen. Theatre trained folk were really part of that initial generation, this post-apartheid black South Africans that were on television. And because of that, there was a sense that these folks could morph in and out of their various characters as a theatre-trained someone. It is important to create the kind of life.
Wait, are you a theatre-trained someone?
I am.
Are you referring to yourself right now? Okay.
No. I'm talking. Yeah. But I'm saying. I understand why those characters were so fundamentally interesting. The kind of craft that requires, or rather, that is required from you as an actor, is so profoundly different from, I think, the kind of training that we're seeing on stage now, or rather on television now. I think folks aren't as... And training can be multiple things, right? Like lots of folks came from workshop theatre, from community theatre, from kind of more formalized theatre. And so people would have been working at the market for X amount of years or been working at Baxter for however long. But there was such a rich idea of theatre in this country. I think also politically, interestingly enough, the Black consciousness movement really finds its feet in theatre in KZN Pietermaritzburg in particular. And a lot of the kind of articulation of what we see in the discourse around Black consciousness is really made in the theatre space, because the theatre space is understood as a space that is consistently like being made, being rehearsed, and that's what the best kind of discursive theory is this back and forth, this push and pull, this idea of liberation politics. So it comes from that. Then we have a group of folks that are incredible, that come from that kind of sector. And yes, I think the internet has democratized things so profoundly. And of course, you know, TikTok is an interesting revelation, but we do now live in a world in which folks are given platforms for their followers versus their training. And that does, in fact, shift the way things look like on set, the way things feel and sound to us as the audience of various productions. That stuff matters, right? And so I think there is something about Ovatiswa and her contemporaries that is kind of based in that like real kind of culture of thinking and training. And I don't necessarily want to like create a hierarchy of, because I think talent is talent, but talent requires discipline. And it can be true that you might have come out from a more democratized internet era, and then it's then important for you then to like maintain that craft and like shift and move with it, and not just walk around with your bag of followers as your bargaining chip, you know? Yeah.
Got it. No, I got it. Funny enough, the next question is about acting.
Yeah. Actors.
Uh-huh. So, you have to cast, right, a leading man for a South African film. Now, it can be action or whatever, but like it's one of those, it's a big movie, right? And they come to you and like, Fezzi, we heard what you said, right, about actors in this country and their training. And we feel like you have the eye. Mm-hmm. You tell us which man we should cast as our leading. I almost said it slow. As our leading man in this movie. Are you casting? Shomla Dandala.
Woo!
Seloma Kancube.
Whoa!
Utumisho Masha.
Whoa! Whoa! Those are good names.
Right?
Those are
I
very
actually
good
don't
names.
even know. I haven't even chosen in my head.
Every time I think of Silo, I think of Karabo.
Pushback was his brand.
Archie?
Please.
Down!
And that tie clip,
Yes,
I'm sorry. Like,
loved him
first time I
down.
saw a tie clip and cufflinks on a black man.
Right. That's a good list.
Leading man. Do you want me to give you a genre and then narrow it down? I feel like that's not fair though, because then
No.
These have all been
necessarily.
drama actors actually. These are all drama actors. So
I'm trying to think. I know I'm being biased to Selo right now because of what happened with that university debacle.
Really?
But that has nothing to do with him. He was scammed.
I thought you would be like, I know I'm being biased, because
But it is top of
the
mind.
3rd-degree burns that we saw on him recently. Okay, so he got scammed. Okay.
It was so ridiculous.
It was, guys.
It was such an old man thing to get scammed into. Anyway, Dumisho is coming up.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's what's happening in my mind.
I get it though.
Yeah, right? Also, he does a good villain. He does a good villain and he does a good protagonist. He does a good anti-hero and he does a good protagonist. Like he's
Remind me of his villain roles.
I can see him in the thing, but I can't remember the name.
Yeah, okay.
Or the character's name.
Okay.
But I have seen him just not the guy that But he's Shomla, I think saw him in 1 or 2 things. So I don't fully know what his range was. Like he still felt like the guy from Istingo to me. But he was great.
Okay.
in Istingo, but in the thing that I saw him
It's so
after
funny because
that.
both him and Dumisha were That's so funny. But I think that speaks to their performance.
Yes.
Like if one of them is kind of frozen in that role and the other one is able to transcend that role for you, that's interesting. Yeah.
Yeah,
Keep going.
I think Dumisho was able to do that. I have seen Selo on stage, and he's really great. He's really got a presence to him, a real power to him. But he's definitely
really theatre though. He's really full stage.
He's very.
He takes it in exactly. It's Shakespeare, yeah.
But there's a bunch of South African actors that were kind of created in that genre. I'm forgetting the name of the practitioner that kind of made it the thing.
Yeah.
But when I think Miriam Makeba and Hugh Masekela were the first kind of folks that went out to the States doing this kind of production in which they spoke all like this. It really was a time.
Yes.
And so he seems like
He's from that school.
a grandchild of that school. He still has inherited some of those things. And so that's the only reason I would be. But he was fantastic in The Queen. He was so good. Okay. He played a queer character after playing this
oh my God,
deeply hectic protagonist in, Generations and all the other shows.
Yes.
And then he was able to like really play around with this. And he was actually great.
On that, playing a queer character.
Yeah.
So I've been rewatching Six in the City.
Yeah.
And just the other day, I think, it was like last night or whatever. I'm watching and I forget this actor's name because I forget American actors' names. He's now solidly like a respected, known actor. He was supposed to be playing a man who is ambiguous in terms of his sexual orientation. So he's supposed to give gay vibes.
Is this on Six in the City?
Six in the City.
Okay.
So he's supposed to give gay vibes.
Uh-huh.
Ask me how he gives gay vibes. By swinging his hips. When he walks, he swings his hips. But the funny thing about it, not that that's not funny, he keeps forgetting mid-stride.
That he's
so he'll do like two swings.
And then he's like,
swings. And then it was so funny. But it also reminded me of a time when so many straight men were allowed to just like take on a gay role and then be super shallow about how their interpretation of that. And of course, it wasn't just the actors. I'm sure like the writers, directors were probably like, play it more gay.
Play it more gay.
But we've really come a long way.
We really
when it comes
have.
to playing
There's a lot
gay,
more kind of like
shout out to
interiority. Yes, Warren, I think,
he was one of the last people to play it that way in our country.
But I think he also gave that, like, because I feel like a lot of the time, I think this was across the world, gay men were kind of given a superficial write-up on television and film. And so then we started to then kind of create characters with a little bit more depth in them. Yeah. And what was interesting about
also
Selo,
in comedy, it's difficult. It's not difficult, but people get lazy.
Yes.
In comedy because they just like, just play up the flamboyance, and they think that's funny, and it's not.
Yeah.
Sorry, I had to go there.
No, it's not
too recent. So yes, who are you choosing?
Dumisho.
Okay.
Yeah.
I respect it. I applaud it.
Yeah.
My most recent sighting of Dumisho as an actor, because most of the time now I hear him because he's all of the voiceover gigs he's got. He dominates that world. So whenever you see him in a movie, you're like, but he was playing, was it one of the cops in this heist movie on Netflix, right? A South African heist movie. What's it called? It's like it's apartheid heist movie. It's set in a bank.
Yeah.
I'm actually gonna Google it because it's really important that I shout this movie
Oh, wait,
out.
I know what you're talking about. The one that's set, it's a historical...
Yes.
It was on Netflix, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yes. I know...
Okay.
No, I don't... Sorry. Carry on typing. Sorry. I know it because Knox someone who is a really emerging actress now...
Ooh, the fit.
The fit.
I need her arms. I need her arms.
Yes, yeah. So I've seen her a couple of times on stage, and I'm seeing she's also in a dancing movie with Stella Zangalala. Shout out Stella. Why I just can't remember names of anything today. I mean, the internet is abundant.
Yes.
It has all this information.
And we'll probably put them on the screen. They're not. Why are they showing the wrong people? I don't like that. But hey, it'll be on the screen. That's the last time I saw him act, and I was like, oh, I missed you.
Yeah. Yeah, he was
So
great
creepy.
there.
He actually has the Denzel Washington stride.
Yes.
The stride, though. I'm not saying.
No, I also
Don't get
I
ahead of me.
heard you.
Okay.
I heard you. Whoa.
The stride, guys. I don't want to be dragged on TikTok for somehow comparing this man to Denzel Washington in terms of acting. But also, although I do think he's a strong actor, but he has that stride, and when he's cocking his gun and he's like walking over, it's like, wow, waist down. That's Denzel. So, anyways, I back you.
Yeah, and he was on some like American.
He was a crush for me for a long time. I used to have a crush on him as a child.
I had a crush
was my
on
man.
Shomla.
My aunt had a crush on Shomla, and so like I inherited the crush, but it was never.
It was I mean, Shomla was always an older man for me. But a crush down. Oh
yes, and
you know who I had a
good.
crush on,
Who did you have a
and
crush on?
still to this day,
Yes.
Akin Omoto to me.
Okay.
Is just when he played Kaya. It just and he used to wear that polo neck, that tan polo neck.
I remember the photo.
What a man!
When Jonathan and Angela.
Yes,
would
those
come
were
to
the
his
children.
desk. Because Kaya's house was Kenneth's house before Kenneth got
Yes, he had the flat, but it's also what are the words for things? Fizzy. He had
there. So they had that first house, yes.
no, but then he had that really interesting
kitchen
basement
counter
flat that you could like the lift
There's a
could
lift,
go in.
Yes. I don't
But
know.
there's a name for these
Basement
things.
flat.
No. Okay,
A duplex.
girls in.
Yeah. But I will say though, one thing that really messes up my memory is when characters share a set, but across eras.
Yes,
You know.
yes.
So like
yes,
whoever lived in Kenneth's house before.
Yes.
Is confusing me because I'm like, no, but that's Kenneth's house. And it's like, no, but it was
you.
someone else's house.
I hear it's interesting with, not interesting, but Generation does that a lot with this alo court.
Yes.
Flats.
Rotating the same three flats.
Exactly. So we're meant to believe that all the flats is alo look like this. And you're just like, I saw this pillar 2 weeks ago. Like, please be serious.
Yes.
Like,
But also,
set and design.
I love when they pretend like everyone in a block of flats at any given point is at the gym.
Exactly.
Just like we're always gymming. Anyways, that was a fun interlude. Sorry. You have the floor.
I do indeed have the floor. Okay. I would like to know who you thought in the early 2000s was the best ensemble cast TV and a drama, and who the critics thought.
That's a nice ring.
Thank you. Gazlam. Hard Copy, which girls tell us about Hard Copy. What was the vibe?
Yeah,
What were
dude.
the vibes
I remember
of Hard
the
Copy?
ads, like the promos, but I've never actually watched Hard
I've
Copy.
never watched
I know it was on
Hard
SABC.
Copy
Is it
in
either
my
SABC 2 or
life.
3? Or started on SABC 2 and ended on
Girl.
3? But sorry, yes.
Was it about journalism?
Girl, it probably could be. That would make sense.
Hard Copy?
That would make sense.
That sounds correct.
Okay,
Interesting.
let's go with that.
Happy to.
I mean, I could
maybe
Google it.
if it's anywhere in the world in a way that we can stream or watch, we would love to.
What are the odds of that? Is that the SABC basement?
Or Cha Cha.
Oh, is that the third one?
Or that's the third one.
Okay.
Okay.
Who do I think won?
Yeah.
That depends on which season everyone was on that year.
This is 2006.
Yes, but I'm just trying to see
Oh,
what that
what's
meant for
happening?
seasons.
Oh.
So which season of Cha-Cha that would have been? Which season
Sure,
of
sure.
Hard Copy?
These
and
are important questions to us.
And then the other one is what? The third one?
It's Gazlam,
Gazlam.
Hard Copy, Cha Cha.
And so this is a cast award.
Yes, this is best
ensemble.
ensemble cast.
Listen, because I don't remember Hard Copy, I'm gonna go ahead. I feel like the Cha. You know how I feel about the Cha-Cha cast. Yes, Yes!
Redemption! Vindication! Vindication! Okay, everyone on TikTok, you know who you are. You know who you are. You know what you did. You know what you did. You disparaged.
Oh!
You disparaged a whole province.
Thank you. A whole people. Because they were actually attacking Khosanes. They were not shy about
They were
that.
just like this stupid show from some stupid town.
Like, who even cares about
Who
Khosa
cares about
representation?
that? What? I love
Thank
Touch
you.
It Down. Anyway, I
Okay,
just
the
thought
taxes are real.
that I thought that was important
Thank you.
to bring into
the fold.
into the fold.
You've done so much for the Know-It-Alls universe.
Yeah. Know-It-Alls, you know how far we have to go with this.
Honestly, like if I don't in my lifetime at some point get to interview that cast and just do a reunion thing with them, I have no serious questions for. I just want to meet them and know them.
That's
okay?
so amazing. We should do like a variety, and not the one that Kimberly was on. Not that nonsense. But we should do like a variety roundtable. Know-It-Alls, follow and subscribe and give us money, and we can do it.
Hollywood Reporter
Yes,
Roundtable.
yes.
Variety does actors on actors.
Sorry, yes,
yeah.
actors on actors.
Yeah.
Hollywood Roundtable.
Yes.
I would love. That is a personal.
That's my dream in life, but it's just
Oh, that would be so
All I
good.
can do
Getting
is
to
dream.
facilitate that.
all I can do is dream.
Insanity.
Okay, speaking of variety,
Yeah. Shows.
yes.
Which
Which of these variety shows would you like to bring back? Street Journal, hosted by
What was Street Journal?
Scoop Matambo.
Okay, no Scoop.
Okay, so it was a show about the kind of the subcultures, the youth subcultures. I don't want to localize it, but obviously Usebong is from PE, and so there's a lot of like PE visibility, but it was about like South African youth subculture around hip hop, style, fashion, basketball. Yeah, so it was just like, what does it look like to be a 20-something, like a young South African in their early 20s right now? Like, what are the things we're interested in? I think he did a really good job. So that was that. Street Journal. My bees. Okay. B, Latitudes.
Latch. Okay. Off camera, I was regaling everyone in studio about my youth as a poet and a rapper, and this is where this is really the germination of this. Okay, guys, I used to be a commissioned rapper, an artist, and I will use the word commissioned because I was commissioned to write a rap for the
ghostwrite.
ghostwrite a rap, and then I was commissioned to write a rap for our grade 4 class for a project about DDT, which is a pesticide. Look it up. Very, very bad for the environment. And also, I was commissioned to write a rap for the school play, okay, which was a adaptation of Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, and it became Black Beauty and the Seven Miners, okay? Ladysmith girls, you know. If your kids went to Edgerton.
That is.
Anyway,
Okay.
the point is, Latitudes
I'm not done.
is... No, I'm telling you, but
Oh.
Latitudes is the real contribution to the person that you see in front of you.
Okay. Speaks to you at a level, ne? So that's B. I wonder what she's gonna go with. Or C, Precious Africa.
Precious Africa, what is
By Precious
that?
Coffee. Hey, bo. Precious Coffee's show where she went to different African countries.
I did not watch that. I did not watch that.
When we talk about anthropological, sociological shows,
Yeah?
like of the variety kind, top two strongly.
What?
Like when I think of Precious Africa, I think of Latitudes. I would say Precious Africa, although it was more or less, they kind of cross paths in terms of the time.
Yeah.
But because Precious would have been younger than Lebo Mashile, I just feel like Precious Africa is the daughter to Latitudes.
This is my plea to people with money and resources to kind of like bring back the archive of SABC television from the 90s to the early 2000s, because there are just so many gems. So many uncut gems.
Uncut Gems.
Uncut Gems. I would love to watch all these things again.
Oh, I would love that for you too.
I would love this. Okay, anyway. I think the answer is clear.
Yeah. But say it at least.
It was Latitudes. Interestingly, Lebo Mashile was talking about her experiences there, and like after shooting, she'd have like very limited time
to actually
to
spit
write
bars. Yeah.
And like people would be like, "We need to go home,
Yeah,
girl.
please,
You need
iambic pentameter. What is it? Give us the, what is it?
whatever you can do, whatever you can
triplets.
do. Yeah,
Your thing.
yeah,
Yeah.
Haiku. Just haiku it
Quickly.
It's not even serious. Anyway, yeah.
So Latitudes, great.
Yeah,
I'm not knocking it. I'm not knocking it.
I loved Attitudes. It just expanded me as a human being, you know.
100%.
Yeah. Why? Okay, so now we are in 2000 and is it 7 or 8? I'm not sure. But we are in this whole new world, and I'm gonna take us back to a man that we've just spoken about. Best supporting actor in a TV drama. Tumisho Masha from Gazlam.
Tumisho Masha appeared in Gazlam. That was a guest appearance.
No, because in order to be no,
what's the
but he was
category?
supporting actor.
Supporting
actually.
actor.
Yeah, but he still needed to be there quite often.
Okay.
To get that right. Simo Magwaza, hard copy. Okay,
this
critically acclaimed show, and again, Jodie Abrams, hard copy. Jodie Abrams' work is actually quite good, but I don't know this man in the show. Sorry to this man. And then Jerry Mofokeng, When We Were Black.
Oh my God, When We Were Black. That was such a moment. Oh my God.
Remember.
Which then reminds me of Monofish.
Right?
Oh my Lord.
Look at you being a
latchkey kids. Shout outs. Who was at the house with no adults? Just you and the TV watching repeats. Who do I think won?
Yeah.
Not because it's hard for me to pick based on merit.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna throw one up in the air and go, When We Were Black took something that year.
How have you gotten everything right?
It's about having that eye.
It's not God.
It's chat. Thank you so much. I think if anything, this serves as my CV to join one of these boards. I clearly have.
Okay. I do want to say
yes
that I know the sounds of South Africa, and just because you watched last week and I made some mistakes doesn't mean I didn't know it in my heart.
The girls know. You just gave us a lovely. Sounds like it's insane, but you just gave us a whole South African theater intersection with politics. The girls, we believe.
I'm talking about
believe in you and we trust you. Okay.
No, because I'm actually just trying to get my
It's
hand.
really just Rhythm City.
I'm just
not Rhythm City. Rhythm Elements. That's the challenge for you.
I was watching the other day. No, actually, never mind. This is an off. This is an off camera. This is an off camera.
Okay. All right. Okay. Which of these iconic South African competition shows would you want a talented friend, to enter? Yeah.
Yeah.
Today. Yes.
Okay. Tell me.
1 or A, class act.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Coca-Cola Pop Stars.
It's Coca-Cola Pop Stars time again. So hit the high note and stand a chance. Down.
Well?
Down. Okay. Yes.
I do not remember that song. Idols.
Talented is the word.
Talented friend, because and you feel like, you know what, this is the show that is takes talent seriously.
Yeah.
Really sets actors up as they singers,
Yeah.
because it makes young professionals up as they
Yeah.
get started. Really puts you on.
Yeah.
Has given us iconic girls, and you're like, friend, if you are gonna win this show number 1,
Yeah.
and when you do, you're away.
Okay, I'm probably telling a friend to be in the top 5.
Okay.
Because I don't know that winners always get...
Actually true.
The winners actually get bogged down in some stupid contract.
And then the runner-up becomes...
Then the runner-up and number 3 and number 4, Shekinah down.
Fantasia. Yes.
Yeah. Amanda Black.
Matema.
Yeah. All those girls. I feel like Kaya was one of the few to be able to move in the industry.
Yeah. I think Kaya did something interesting there where I think he treated it as a branding job from the beginning.
Yes.
And so it became about...
Yes, he was already establishing himself as a kind of artist, and then this was just the...
Okay, I didn't know that. I'm talking about how he treated his the choices he was making in terms of the songs he chose. Like he was, and I don't know if it's a social media thing. I don't think it was, but like the idea of going, I'm gonna do the thing that's gonna go viral.
Yes,
like that Nicki song, like this singing that song exactly, like kind of, and that's what I mean. He's the first contestant in my memory who was like. I feel like he bypassed the structure of the show and like immediately was like, I'm gonna get the crowd to, I'm gonna do the likable,
the thing that's
the crowd pleasers. Yes.
And he did it before what's that show on Idols? It's the it's meant to be like
it's like a segment.
No, it's the your words are not coming to you. But it's basically the showstopper. The showstopper episode.
Yes,
he did it before. He did it as early as Theatre Week.
That was the time. It was So he just that's very interesting. He just kind of like took it on, and I guess maybe now that you are telling me, him being established before kind of just gave you that confidence.
Yeah, he was 100%. Okay, so I would say Idols. Because I think Idols is an interesting vehicle. I don't think you should win Idols. I think you should be top 10
really
in Idols. I think you can create multiple things for yourself. I don't know, I'm just kind of looking at people like Shekinah and I think one of the guys, one of the first like white guys that won, I think now just writes music for various shows in Hollywood.
Just music.
I think wanna do. But so this is so. But I want to circle back.
No, it's because you remind me of Danny Kaye when you said this white guy. It's like, whoa, yes.
Coca-Cola Pop Stars to me produced uncut jams. Uncut jams. Okay, right? Dennis Lindile, Sasile. What?
And then
it's been a long time coming. I've been wondering where to go and what to do.
Okay, we have 9 minutes.
Down.
Yes.
Down. And then also, wait, Ghetto Lingo.
Ghetto Lingo, if you want this,
jam, pump it up, get on the floor. And what was that song? Wait, Pam Andrews.
Pam Andrews
was in that group.
Yes, she came from it was it was a long
yes,
there were like 10 of them.
Yes. And then they had
I forget their songs.
So long.
Yes.
Okay, so in terms of discography, the people that I think really impacted South African music were the Coca-Cola Pop Stars kids. But I do think Idols is a recognizable vehicle across the world.
Okay. And what about class acts? Because we still have Stumam Charlie, we still have Palaz.
Yeah.
And we've got that Frit guy who's a firefighter who's now an actor.
You're right.
But I get it. Again, it obviously wasn't as big.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
it's for me, it's
it's a very But I guess
say that. It's a very
no. I feel like it was just like a particular moment. If you missed it, you missed it.
We had 2 seasons of it. Yeah.
Yes,
and the second season wasn't
actually,
as strong.
I stopped that sentence because Coca-Cola Pop Stars is the same thing.
Yes, but made an impact.
But it did make an impact.
Yeah. So absolutely.
Because that Adela album, if it was released 5 years ago, I think it would have changed the game.
Fire. And then because that Adela gave us Tembi.
Tembi.
Didn't listen to mama. Went straight back to church and married my man. Didn't know.
Yes.
I was marrying the man.
A fellow bald queen. Hiya. Sorry, yes. Okay. All right. Hit me.
Wait. Okay. Best actress in a TV drama.
2008.
No, this is 2007.
Okay.
Okay, 2006 were the initial questions. Now we're in 2007.
Okay.
So now people are paying attention to the SAFTAs. Now you want to be
know.
nominated. It's a
Okay.
real thing.
Okay.
Now we dress up in ball gowns to go to
Okay.
the thing.
Okay.
You know, it's a little bit serious. Hotlines.
Oh my God.
The Good Provider. Untati Moshesh. Yeah.
Tati Mushesh, yeah.
Yes.
I know that.
Yes.
Yeah. Tati Mushesh is that she was the young blood lady on Home Affairs.
Yes. Okay. Home Affairs. Brenda Ngoli.
Okay, this is supporting again?
No, this is Best Actress in a TV Drama.
Okay.
And The Lab. Nambita.
The Lab.
Mpulwane.
Guys, such good shows. Do you remember the interrogation room?
Girl!
Guys, I need DVD. Just give us DVD things, and then we'll figure out
And
how
we'll
we
figure it
watch
out.
them.
Yes.
But
Yeah.
who won Best Actress that
Yeah.
year? That's tight. And Tati Mushesh is, I like her style of acting.
Yeah.
Because she does the strong and silent type of, Yes.
I want it to be that kind of woman.
Which I don't think is easy.
At all.
You know? So, shout out to her. And then it's Brenda Ngoli. And then it's, who's the third lady from?
Nambita.
Nambi Tambumlwane. Let me just refresh my memory in terms of face.
Yeah. But again, this is me saying South African television.
I love her so much.
Crazy.
Kisana.
Down.
Oh, it's going to be difficult because I love hello.
Love hello. See.
Losisi to me is just, okay. So elegant, so amazing.
Yeah.
Beautiful, talented. Who do I think won?
Who won?
In terms of strong, Brenda Ngoli would have had to win that. Like, it just wouldn't make sense if she didn't.
Yeah.
But if she didn't,
Yeah.
The Lab, she was very strong in The Lab. She wasn't leading in The Lab. I didn't Heartlines was also, it's a drama I wanted to watch, but I
Yes.
could never really pick up. Okay, now I'm thinking, which material would have gotten the best out of each actress and made them competitive?
I also want you to know that the winner of this, that drama, ate down at the SAFTAs. It was
Just dominated,
the most.
Jay.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
critically acclaimed that year.
Ugh, it's Heartlines. Is it The Lab?
It is The Lab.
And I wanted to. Oh man, I get it.
I hate it when you know.
You
when you actually
and
know.
then you just Fezzy.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I saw her at some gig and I fangirled.
Tati Mushesh.
No.
Oh, not Mam Nambit. Okay.
And she literally was like, girl. And I was like, you know what? Fair.
Yeah, fair. You're probably
Fair.
so, yeah.
Because, yeah.
Yes.
Because as a fangirl, I know I do a little bit too much. I'm just a little bit
Yes.
hi.
Oh, okay. Yes, that. And
I go from
also am
indifference or hi.
super into them,
Yeah.
yeah. I also just feel like being a celebrity in South Africa is just more tedious than rewarding.
Yeah.
Okay, this is my final answer.
Okay.
Final question.
Yeah, that was my final
Oh, was it?
question.
Okay, cool. All right. Which of these celebrity reality shows would you fund out of pocket?
Out of pockets.
Because you just have to get it.
Okay.
A. Dineo's Diary.
Yes.
Sorry. I want to fact check the title of this one. Because it reminds me too much of the Kardashian offshoots.
Like Kim and Chloe Take New York.
Yes.
That kind of thing?
Yes.
Are you about to give me a faith?
No. Oh, I was right. Okay. Or B. Nontle Goes to Hollywood.
Okay.
Or C. One of my...
I love this era of yours, by the
It
way.
feels so right.
I love it.
Or C. A critically acclaimed... kind of, dominated in the festival circuit. You know, Sundance. Really, one of those...
What reality show?
One of those really...
Are you being facetious?
One of those indie productions that you're just like, we need more of these stories.
Okay, tell me.
Bedazzled by Bonang Mateba. I'm sorry, that's a cult classic.
I mean, what else can I do?
Please.
What else can I do? Okay. Firstly, Bonang Mateba has not gotten a proper interview in this country.
She has not.
That woman requires a serious feature article of 1.5 thousand words at least. Okay? At least.
Yeah.
Editors, I'm talking to you.
Yes.
Down.
And
Now
I
that
am
woman down.
once again asking for Bonang to come onto our show so we can give her this interview.
We okay.
Yeah. But Bonang also she's someone who's very hands-on about her PR. And I
Yes.
think that there's a freedom in a serious journalist would probably have to earn with her.
Yes.
And maybe that she might be comfortable giving later in her career.
Sure, of course, but I do.
She's been very marketing driven.
I get that, Ayanda, but there is something about
No, I agree with that. I agree with
the feature journalist,
the
who
seriousness.
follows her
Yeah.
throughout the day, who has watched
that
her
kind of
work,
access, though.
who has taken her incredibly seriously. I don't know. I think South African femme writers in particular, I want to make that clear, because the Grootmans are considered the real journalists of this country. No, in the cultural writing in this country, the girls and the femmes know what they're doing. Anyway, that's another political thing that's happening with me. But anyway, so I do believe she deserves that. She deserves that kind of insight, that interest, and I think she'll give you another one, and you'll be able to really.
From that.
Yeah, I think Bonang just wants to know that you take it seriously.
seriously.
And typically, she gets these stupid interviews that I think are not worth her time, but I guess the platform is cool enough. So then, but anyway. Nontle, it's just a moment in South
Okay.
African culture.
Yes.
And I think the blueprint for so many of us, right, who looked across the sea and said, what are the girls doing?
Yeah.
I can do it too. I can do it too. Dineo really started the conversation around authentic South African television.
Yes.
There was some authentic.
No, to this day.
To this day, I think maybe did too much harm to her private life in sharing as much as she did, but that's for her to reckon with. Out of pocket, we gonna go with Queen Bee. Like I don't even know. Are you
That's
watching?
interesting. You took a...
Are you watching
Sorry.
her YouTube series?
Yes.
That she drops every
Yeah. I watch everything.
80th
her Insta
year.
story, her reels, her WhatsApp stories.
I love it.
I watch
love
her
it.
back.
I love
Yeah.
Bonang is just such an she's just so good.
She is. And hopefully we'll have her on the show one day. I'm going to wrap it up because it's 5 o'clock.
It is.
Otherwise, I could talk about Bonang all day.
All day.
Thank you for joining us. We'll see you next week.
We love you.